guys, I'm Anna Cantu, global board artist for Farouk Systems, the makers of CHI and BioSilk. And guess what? We're talking all things bleach. That's right, you're just in time to see some amazing transformations. Let me welcome my two gorgeous models. Ladies, are you ready? Guys, we're gonna go ahead and be using our Bleach and Shine. We're gonna be talking about amazing colors, lifting with power, and of course, gentle care, all things with Farouk Systems. All right, guys, so this is our first model. Look at Alex's hair. She is one of my clients in the salon, and we love bleaching her hair, but we also love playing with different colors and tones. So I think we did, Alex, what, 6 weeks ago, maybe a month?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, cool, like a month, right? Or so, because look at her roots, guys. Okay, so we're having that natural, it's like an ash blonde, I would say about a good 7, which is a perfect base to go ahead and start with my bleach retouch. She does have a little bit still of that beautiful purple that we did last time, going and transitioning into the greens and the blues. We're gonna go ahead and lift this on up, and then we're gonna go ahead and share a little surprise secret that I love to do behind the scenes, either at the shampoo bowl or here right after the last 10 minutes with a different concoction. But what we're using is so important. So if you have not experienced our Bleach and Shine, it is a powerful lightener that has the power to lift up to 9 levels of lift. Now, what makes this so special is not only that it's an ammonia-free product, but I have the power to lift dark canvases like my hair itself, to work with more softer canvases like Alex's hair, can do bleach over bleach, and it's super nice, but it's the integrity of the hair that is something that's revolutionary in our backwash. So when you're working with other lighteners that are super fast and super crazy, they explode the cuticle, they actually leave the hair in a worse shape. This, you're gonna discover that with our Bleach and Shine, you're gonna have the most gentle results every single time. It has that silk, it has that aloe to go ahead and moisturize that hair as we're lifting through the hair. So how do we like to go ahead and mix it? So you have different options. You have your 10, 20, 30, and 40 volume that you can mix. What is my mixing ratio? We mix 1 scoop of our Bleach and Shine to 2 scoops of our developer. And guys, everyone's gonna debate this. It's up to you, really, the consistency that you like to do. Do you want it a little bit more softer, a little bit to glide through, or do you like it a little bit thicker? That's completely up to you. I have some friends, they'll do 1 to 1.5, and that's absolutely fine. You are allowing the lightener to work a little bit faster if you go ahead and choose to do that. So remember, 2 levels of lift per developer. So you're gonna get that 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 3 to 6, and then of course 7 to 9 levels of lift and power in there. A little hairdresser tip, I normally use 10 and 20 volume. When we're doing the hair shows, when we're doing the expos, we normally use 10 and 20 volume. We only really use a 30 volume if we're needing to speed things up a little bit. But guys, 10 and 20 volume, you can get any level of lift, doesn't matter your starting point. Now, we have already mixed up with our 20 volume for Alex, for her root. Why? Because we're gonna work a little bit faster today because we have another model, another client to come right up. And we go ahead and prep the hair already with our Bond and Seal. What that's gonna go ahead and do is equalize the porosity. So Bond and Seal is kind of like your safety. It's something that's gonna create kind of like a coat over the hair itself. And we like to mist it on into her hair. And remember, look at all the different porosities that we're working with. We're working with the roots. We're working with the mid shaft. Remember, this has been colored 3 times. This has been colored 4 times, 12 times, right? All the different colors in there. This is gonna be that security blanket that you need in the salon. We also utilize it to stop the activation of certain foils. You're gonna go ahead and see me do that later on today. And then with my mixture, something that we don't talk enough about is our Bond Rebuilder. What do you think that's doing? It's rebuilding the protein as we're lifting. So it is a protection. It's kind of like a Botox. It's kind of like a filler, and it's not a silicone, which is something that's so important for beauty professionals. But you see a lot of products out there that have silicone bases. And what does that do? It's artificial. It's fake. It's never going to make the hair be strong, because it's not real hair. This is the same amino acids that make our hair, skin and nails. So that's super important. We're also gonna go ahead and utilize this later on with a protein shot that we like to do. We're gonna go ahead and share that later on today, but love this. I do about 2 to 3 pumps on the hair itself or into the product itself to add, and it just gives that extra glide for my lightener as I work a little bit faster in the salon. But remember, it's gonna strengthen that hair. Love to use it for bleach over bleach. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Basically what you're seeing here is our 20 volume. Chin down, Alex. Look at the speed. Look at the velocity of this application. Like, that's why we love our Bleach and Shine. Not only is it powerful, but it's gentle. I can watch it. I can see the pigmentation of her hair that's gonna stay intact, which I love that. We've literally left this on like 5 minutes. It's been lifting so quick because it's the heat of the head, right? So it starts to elevate and lift that root area. So I love that it's doing that. So that's why we went ahead and we proceeded on with our root or mid shaft through end. We're gonna leave that alone because we'll cut that off later. You'll see the cut later on. But what we did was 2 different concoctions. Remember our Bleach and Shine with your 20 volume, of course your Bond Rebuilder, and then we mix our other little secret formula, which is our 10 volume. So we drop that developer for that mid shaft. Why? Because that bleach is underneath, right? We just wanna remove that violet and greenish tint onto her hair. And then we put in a little bit of our Bond Builder, and then a little secret that I love to do in the salon is utilize our Royal Treatment oil. So that oil helps moisturize the hair. It kind of breaks down that 10 volume, so it allows it to be just softer and more gentle on the hair, and I can manipulate the speed of it. So we're gonna go ahead and wait to remove that warmness into her root area. We're gonna break down this green tint, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a treatment. So we'll check her in about 10 minutes. All right, guys, it's time for our Model 2. And this is more for me like an everyday week kind of that happens. We have clients that come in with new growth, and this is about an 8-week grow out. That's important for me, always knowing the grow out of my clients, because that's where we can program all their scheduling and what we're gonna do each time. So obviously what we're working with is a darker canvas. I would say about a good 5, okay? That's right up in there. You can see where they touch up the highlights. They lighten it and they don't run it through the ends. One of my things is whenever I see a client and I see that 2 different tones that are in there, that warm, that gold, and then you have that ice. I like to, every once in a while, or maybe for summer, I like to do that bleach over bleach, and we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. But also too, let's start to notice this. What happens when we're working with certain canvases and then they start just getting that partial highlight, and that's fine. Every client has a different hair journey or hair growth, or maybe they have different goals that they have set in mind. And this is where we have clients that have the partial and then they leave this dark, dark hole in the back, which is absolutely fine if you want that 2-tone look. My thing is, she's so gorgeous, she's so beautiful, the hair is long, it's summer, let's brighten it up, let's have some fun with it. So this is something that you would do maybe twice a year if she's really like, I want to grow it out, Anna. I don't want to have that high maintenance. We would go ahead and have this really bleached out maybe the month of May. Boom, she has June, July, ready to go, and then maybe again for Christmas, right? So that's something that we work within our schedule. So we have our different sets of programs per client. So how do we prep the hair? Of course, we prep that hair with Bond and Seal. That's gonna equalize the porosity of the hair. Why? Because all that hair is old, guys, and she is gonna get a cut. We are gonna cut that, but I always like to, depending if I'm doing like more of a painting technique or something like that, I would like to leave the length. Why? I do love long hair, obviously, but I always let the hair kind of tell me. So if I like that really beautiful, bold blonde, I'm like, okay, we can save that. We have some gorgeous hair. We have some healthy hair. Let's go ahead and save that hair itself. Another little protection right here is our oil. This is your Bond and Repair oil. Put this on right before you section. And remember, this is gonna help condition our hair, moisturize our hair. It's not going to like dilute your bleach or anything like that, but it's just like a little added protection. So I always like to put this on my clients before I section, and it really allows me to see the porosity of the hair itself. All right, guys, we got our all sectioned up. What we're looking at is that frontal area. And for me, whenever I'm sectioning with clients, it really depends on their hair, their cut, their density, and what effect we want. So I don't think there's like one section, one technique that's gonna fit for everyone, but there's certain things that we want to focus on and we wanna highlight. So obviously the hairline is very important to me. It's summer. I want her to be able to have beautiful little highlights around her face, and for her to do a high pony, and it looks beautiful. And then we were just talking, and we're like, she's like, I'm always at the pool, I'm always at the beach on a boat. So I'm like, okay, girl, let's change your life a little bit. Let's make you some lighter, some blonder. Let's get her some happy tones in there. So that frontal area is super important, especially for that money piece, that explosion of color that's gonna go ahead and be bursted out into the front. And then of course, a little bit into her ponytail. What I'm thinking is when we start sectioning, finding her fine little baby hair, what we can go ahead and do to boost this little area and have a seamless line. And then of course, that top section, which is the widest point, she's like, I love my dark hair. So I'm like, okay, we wanna go ahead and enhance that. Why not later on with the shadow root? So we created a triangle section. This is where I want some lighter pieces in there, but I don't necessarily need them at the root area. So I create a little half of a triangle that is actually facing downwards. I'm gonna do this technique that I did in 2019 right here, which is really nice because it gives you an explosion, but without having to foil everything. So I'm gonna do a little technique right there. And then into our back quadrant, sectioning off into a V formation. We can see that she has a lot of little baby hairs. We wanna go ahead and lift that up so it can look soft. And then this is where we cheat. This is where we can take big old sheets of foil, create big burst of blonde that's gonna complement our frontal area. So let's get started. All right, guys, so what you're looking at is when we do that color correction really behind the scenes. We use a powerful product, not only that it's a product that everybody loves so much, but it's our color illuminates that are color conditioners. That's right, they're conditioners that have pigment. So how do we use them? Not only to enhance, but also to base. Remember, she had that warmth on that root area. You saw it on the camera. She had that greenish tint onto her hair. Green, a super hard color to eliminate. But what's the opposite of green? Red, right? It cancels out. It's that color theory. So we utilize that rose gold, the warmth of the rose gold, and then we put in a nice filler agent. Why? Because we utilize our LG Chi Color Master in our trend color. So we're gonna do a beautiful metallic blonde mixture with our strawberry blonde, and then one of my favorites, baby pink. We're gonna go ahead and apply her color right there. But it's so fun to see the color transformations, especially at the shampoo bowl, because that's real hairdressing, guys. So make sure to always be on the lookout for those products that are hero products that we utilize in the backwash. And then of course, we also did our Bond and Repair Protein Bond Rebuilder, our oil, and then our mask, our world famous Royal Treatment mask that just fills in that hair, fills in that protein, makes it super strong. This is the perfect canvas for those beautiful pinks. So the red, having that pale pink, cancels that greenish tint, and it leaves that perfect canvas. And look, this is already beautiful. It's amazing. I can shadow her root, leave this there, that's hot. But I want it to last longer, and I want my pigments to last longer. So it's kind of color correction and a filler all at once. So make sure to be on the lookout for those pigments. Look how stunning this color is. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'm super jealous. I want this color. It's so beautiful. Guys, this is our LG Chi Color Master Factory in our trend colors. 2 different color formulations for the backdrop, right? We got that metallic rose. We got that strawberry blonde combo here, 7%. And then one of my favorites, that beautiful baby pink in that frontal area, absolutely gorgeous. They apply this and it looks so, so beautiful. One of my favorite formulas to do for all of my models, but it's all about the shine, the integrity, and the vibrancy. One thing is, you can make it permanent, you can make it semi, you can make it a toner, all with the LG Chi Color Master Factory. So love that. We always utilize our Royal Treatment products to layer and style. Why? It's gonna create the body, it's gonna create the hold. So cutting this beautiful asymmetrical hairstyle, which is super, super pretty. Love that it just accentuates her hair, elongates her neck. Look at her gorgeous eyes. Her eyes just pop. So that combo volume booster, white truffle mousse, for this baby fine hair, it's gonna give it that perfect bounce and control. And then of course we styled with our Chi Lava 1.5 flat iron, a true staple in the salon. Why? Because it's fast, it's gonna create the shine. And did you notice? The color is still intact. So remember, with your Chi Lava tools, they are anti-color fade. So no more color fading, because that volcanic rock is gonna go ahead and preserve that color, but it's not gonna strip that color molecule off the hair. So that's why it is a revolutionary professional tool line for you and I to use in the salon. And of course, pair that with your Chi Color Master Factory. Put it with your Royal Treatment products. You got a winning situation right there. So make sure to get your hands on it. Go under Farouk Systems, go to Chi Haircare, and make sure you pick that up and have it for your salon. I think she looks amazing. I think she looks so beautiful, and she's ready to go. Let's go do a nice little photo shoot, shall we? All right, guys, look at this gorgeous result. Look at this beautiful blonde. There's like enough of warmth. There's enough of neutral. There's enough of ash without one overpowering the other. How did we achieve that? So easy, so simple. You saw me rinse out the lightener and take in this gorgeous canvas. I had that beautiful light pale yellow, which we always love, right, in the salon. We went in, one of my little secrets that I love to do is manipulating express color. So I like to manipulate express color, and I use 7A Ash Color Factory, our 7% generator. Brushed it on lightly, started off into the back quadrant, worked my way up, and I like to leave it on about no more than 5 minutes. So you can do about 2 to 5 minutes. So that's why for me, it's a comfort to start off in the back. Creates that beautiful, soft blend grow out look, which is super nice. After those 3 to 5 minutes, I rinse it completely off. Then we did a beautiful tone and gloss. One of my favorite concoctions, which is iced coffee and our ice tone. So 2 different tones put together with our 7 volume as well. Why is the LG Chi Color Master Factory so important for us to utilize in the salon? Well, think about it. All those formulas they're right in there. We have that iced coffee, we have the ice, we have my developers in there, and I can mix it, pour it all on there, and it gives you beautiful results. Or you have your express color that can give you 10-minute color, but we can also do a shadow root in 3 to 5 minutes in the shampoo bowl. Love that. After that, we did those beautiful toners in there. We utilized our Royal Treatment in our Violet collection, which is our shampoo and conditioner. Has that beautiful violet tone to help neutralize and blend everything. We did also a protein treatment. Always good for the blondes, especially with long hair. I think it looks gorgeous. Of course, Royal Treatment is the styling products of choice. Why? Because it's gonna moisturize, condition, repair, and reconstruct that hair from the inside out. So Bond and Seal, Pearl Complex to give those amino acids, my leave-in, which is truly a favorite, love that. And then Volume Booster, the White Truffle Mousse, amazing products to all layer in cocktail. Then you can go ahead and use your CHI Lava tool. So whether you're using the world infamous Air Glam to go ahead and dry that hair, utilize our CHI Lava volcanic flat iron that is amazing and quick for styling. Those are the products and tools of choice to create all these gorgeous results. I hope you truly enjoyed it, guys. I had a full blast of a day with all of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting our CHI Lives. Thank you so much for supporting Farouk Systems and CHI Haircare. I truly value the incredible products that are made right here in Houston, Texas. But also too, I love the quality and the performance that it does for all of our beauty professionals. And I hope you enjoyed this amazing summer edition of different tones that you can incorporate in your salon. So make sure to check us out under Farouk Systems. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. And then, of course, get your hands on this CHI Color Master Factory. It's truly going to change your life. See you to the next time.